So I've recently purchased this 2009 DR650 with 56,000 kilometers on the clock. Honestly, buying any used motorcycle is a risky decision, but buying a 50 years old, heavily modified bike with no service history and high mileage is even riskier. To make the matter worse, the battery was completely flat during the inspection and it could only be jump-started. I can't even do the test ride. Despite all the red flag, I end up buying it anyway. Risky? Yes. Stupid? Probably. But in my defense, it was too good of a deal to pass up. I'll tell you how much I paid and what I spent it on restoring the bike after I go over the modification it comes with and the improvement I've made. Well, the first thing I did after bringing the bike home was change the battery. Once the new battery was installed, the bike started right up and stayed running with the correct voltage. So happy days. Next, I've given the bike a thorough wash. This allowed me to remove most of the dirt and grime built up over the years and give me a chance to inspect the bike in detail for any missing or broken parts. Luckily, everything seems to be in order, so I set to work on the bike, spending a week in the garage. While I was changing the oil and the air filter, I discovered some modification from the previous owner on the power system. I believe it has a Mikuni TM450 carburetor, which is supposed to increasing the throttle response and provide more power over a wider range. The bike also has a modified exhaust with a FMF pipe and a power bomb header, which lighten the weight, help the engine breathe better, and also sounds awesome. To complement the power mods, the previous owner removed the top airbox cover completely and add a twin air filter for increasing airflow. From what I've learned online, this setup is about as much as you can do for the power delivery. I'm so glad the previous owner has already taken care of that. There's also an upgraded rear shock spring, labeled with 8 kilo rating. The spring is pretty banged up and looks awful, but it still does the job well and provides a great support when I was off-roading. The bike also comes with a range of the spare sprocket. I decided to go with a 15:45 ratio, which seems to be the most popular choice. On the trail, it was well balanced and still capable of hitting a legal speed of 110 on the highway. The bike also comes with original Suzuki seat and a brand new Sargent seat. I pretty much threw the Suzuki seat on the shelf and never looked back. The Sargent seat is very comfortable in my opinion. I can sit on it for the whole day trip without any issue. Also, the seat complements well with those extra grippy off-road full packs, and I can stand up on the bike very comfortably. Looking at the cockpit, the first thing I've noticed is the steel braided brake lines, which should improve the brake feeling. There's also a Renthal handlebar and a bar riser. I've also reinstalled a buckbuster and a skid plate, which are essential for off-road riding. I've also installed a USB charger for all my electronics and replaced the grips with Oxford heated grip for those cold morning rides. I also swap out the stock mirrors for those unbreakable off-road mirrors, which give me a much wider view and can be folded when off-roading. They also look much better in my opinion. Somehow the turn signal switch was missing, which made it horrible to use. So I've ordered a replacement from eBay, and it was a very easy fit. The next upgrade I tackled was the headlight. The stock light was okay for daytime riding, but not much else. Again, I ordered a new headlight on eBay, and it arrived within a week. Removing the front fairing was a very easy job, just taking 2 bolts from the fairing, then 4 bolts that hold the stock headlight, unplug the connector, and the new headlights just a plug and play. However, connecting the daytime running light and fixing the mounting bracket correctly took some creativity. Eventually, I got it to work, and I think it definitely uplifted the whole look of the bike, bring some youth back to this old bush pig. There are holes drilled in the fairing, likely from a windshield that the previous owner removed before the selling. So I bought a new windscreen from eBay, and it was fairly easy to install. However, the lower mounts didn't match those already on the fairing, so I had to drill 2 new mounting points. But once it was on, it looks great and provides the wind and weather protection that I need. Finally, I've made some cosmetic improvement, including a dodgy attempt at spray painting the old luggage racks. I'm not sure how long this spray paint will last in the brutal off-road environment, but at least it looks good enough for the photos. Installation also took some time as I didn't have all the bolts and the spacers, but once they were on, they definitely completed the look of the bike. To finish it off, I add some sticker to refresh the bike's appearance, and now we're all done. So how much did I spend? Well, I end up paying close to 4,000 Australian dollar for this bike, which come with a full years of registration, a new set of tires, and all the mods already done. Then I spent a small amount to make the bike more suitable for my riding style, which cost me an addition 500, bring the total just over 4,500. That is still less than half of the cost of those entry-level adventure bike that I was originally looking at, and this bike can take me to the same places with some cash left over for the trip. I'm very happy for this purchase. In the next episode, I will take this bike for a test ride and see how this 15 years old Bush Pig hold up in the woods and the weather. So click like and subscribe if you would like to see more video on the DR650 build, and I'll see you in the next one.